Hello students, today we are going to discuss the prose The Third Level by Jack Finney. In this video I will cover about the author, active themes, summary, analysis and evaluation through questions. So let's start. The Third Level is written by Jack Finney, who is an American author. His most loved and known works include science fiction and thrillers like Body Snatchers and Time and Again. You all must have heard about time travel. Why do you think we are so obsessed with it? Is there a deeper reason here? Well, we are so obsessed with time because time is what we care about. Time rules our lives. Time creates possibilities for us and terminates them too. Time is harsh. We struggle with it every day of our lives. So it's natural for us to turn to the stories of time travel and to look for some insight or just to get some relief from a difficult reality. Here, I would also like to mention that in this modern world, people are confronted by several aspects of life. Anxiety, worry, and stress are all afflictions of life in the modern world. The harsh realities of life make living quite unpleasant and even unbearable. Large numbers of people have their lives disrupted by the interference of unwelcomed and unrealistic fears, phobias, and worries. So, they want to escape into a visual world that could be in past or imaginary one, just to gain relief. But it is very unfortunate that we cannot escape from our circumstances. There is no escape from it. Past or imaginary world is a very nice place to visit, but certainly not a good place to stay. It could be self-sabotaging when it creates problem in our daily life and interferes with long-standing goals. So we can say that escapism is a powerful coping mechanism and one that is especially invaluable now, but it's important to master it consciously, lest it come to rule your life. In The Third Level, Jack Finney interweaves daydream and reality. It's a science fiction that deals with the insecurities faced by the middle class, which are perpetuated by a modern urban lifestyle. Employment concerns, busy repetitive schedule, mundane lifestyle, and constant fear of wars and destruction can be the cause of anxiety, depression, or development of an escapist attitude. This story very subtly combines the fantasy of the protagonist to go back or escape to a laid-back, relaxed, rural lifestyle with elements of reality to create a very interesting and engaging science fiction. There are three main characters in the story: Charlie, Louisa, and Sam Vino. Charlie is the chief protagonist who claims to have found the third level and desperately wants to go back to his childhood native town of Galesburg, and that too in the past 1894. Louisa is the wife of narrator Charlie. At first, she is disturbed and worried about her husband and his mental health due to his fascination to find the third level, but later on, she joins her husband in his search. Then we have Sam Weiner. Sam Weiner is psychiatrist friend of the narrator who at first refutes the claims of narrator about finding the third level and terms his fascination as a way to escape his current unhappy mundane lifestyle. But later on, he is the one who finds the third level and goes back in time to settle in Galesburg in year 1894, where he engages himself in hay, feed and grain business because he cannot continue with his current profession. As in 1894, everyone seemed to be happy and no one suffered from anxiety or depression. Now let's have a look at the summary. Charlie, a 31-year-old having worked late one night, enters Grand Central Station from Vanderbilt Avenue with the aim of boarding a train to home. As the station is large, consisting of various corridors and two levels catering for different trains, he loses his way. he finds himself in what he thinks is the third level of the station. Soon he realizes that something is different as the people are dressed differently and the area is lit not with the electric lights of the modern times but with open gas fires. He suddenly makes the discovery that he has somehow entered the year 1894. He sees the date on the newspaper The World that has not been published for many years. The paper that he glances at bears the date June 11, 1894. He is filled with excitement and he decides to buy 2 tickets for Galesburg, the peaceful town that he has grown up in. Charlie discovers that he does not have the appropriate currency of that period and is therefore unable to buy the tickets. His wife and his psychiatrist friend Sam, as well as his other friends, are quite alarmed when they hear his account and forbid him to seek the third level again. They treat the incident as a figment of his imagination and attribute it to his desire to escape from the stresses of his life. However, Charlie's friend Sam disappears, and Charlie finds a letter from him in an old first day cover dated July 18, 1894. In the letter, Sam tells Charlie that he has settled down in Galesburg and urges him not to give up his search for the third level as it is well worth the effort. Sam is now engaged in a nice little hay, feed and grain business, something that he has always wished that he could do. Now, in the end, the author leaves the readers wondering what the third level really is. Though Charlie is able to find a proof of his experience through the Sam's letter, is it really possible to make this transition back and forth in time? Jack Finney treats his favorite subject, time, in a new dimension. The shadowy, eerie world that lies somewhere between dreams, desires, and reality are what he calls the third level. It is a point where the past, the present, and the future meet, and here nothing is as it seems. Now let us analyze the important parts of the story. First, the third level at Grand Central Station. Grand Central Station of New York has 2 levels, but Charlie, a 31-year-old dweller, protagonist of the story, talks about there being 3. Not only does he believe in the existence of this hypothetical third level, but also claims to have been there. After experiencing the third level, Charlie visits his psychiatrist friend Sam Weiner to talk about this problem. The psychiatrist calls it a waking dream wish fulfillment and rationalizes Charlie's psychology by saying that the modern world is full of insecurity, fear, worry, and war, and everybody wants to escape to some temporary refuge from reality. According to him, even hobbies like stamp collection is a manifestation of this escape. So, according to Sam, Charlie possesses an escapist tendency. Charlie loses his way at Grand Central. Charlie said that the Grand Central Station is growing like a tree in the story. Now, why did he say so? Charlie, being imaginative young man, was bound to be lost in his own thoughts every now and then. For such a man, the subways of Grand Central Station were like a tree, pushing out new doorways, tunnels, and staircases like roots of a tree. He would get into a tunnel and come out in the lobby of Roosevelt Hotel or 46th Street 3 blocks away. But this time, when he loses his way, something unique happens. He visits the third level. The third level, Charlie keeps walking in the quiet corridor, angling left and slanting downward till he reaches an architecturally old station that is completely different from the 2 familiar levels, that is level 1 and 2. The antiquated small room with fewer ticket counters, train gates, wooden information booth, flickering open flame gas lights, and brass spittoons remind him of the architecture of the 1800s. He also finds that people are dressed in outmoded outfits and they have completely different appearance, with beard, derby hats, sideburn, etc. Further, he also notices that the date on the newspaper The World is printed June 11, 1894. As he tenders money to the clerk at the counter to buy two tickets, he realizes that he needs to have old currency bills to do so. Otherwise, he will be in trouble. Charlie's plan for a journey not realized. Charlie always wanted to travel to Galesburg with his wife Louisa. In his mind, it's a wonderful town still with big old frame houses, huge lawns, and tremendous trees. It is a place with long and pleasant summer evenings and where people have ample of time. He wants to be a part of the past because 1894 is much more peaceful, secure, and serene. The world in 1894 has not seen the repercussions of war. Whatever he had heard about Galesburg made him go back to that particular year. So, the next day during lunch, he exchanges $300 for old style bills amounting to some 200 only. This loss does not bother him much as he believes that in Galesburg everything will be cheaper and that he can manage even with a small amount. But he couldn't never again find the corridor leading to the third level, and that is quite worrying for Charlie. Sam goes missing. Charlie's wife Louisa is worried after knowing all this and asks him not to look for the third level any further. Suddenly, Charlie realizes that his friend Sam Weiner is nowhere to be found. So he and his wife keep looking for him in the weekends. Sam was the one with whom Charlie used to share his ideas about Happy Galesburg. Now about philately and the first day covers. Philately is not just stamp collection but a broad term including the study of stamps, postal history, and other related items. When a new stamp is issued, on the first day, people mail a blank paper to themselves and then retain that unopened letter with the date on the postmark. Charlie has inherited the hobby and the collection from his grandfather. Charlie receives a letter from Sam. One day, while fidgeting with his stamp collection, Charlie comes across a letter that was not there earlier. It bears the postmark on a faded 6-cent stamp with a picture of the President Garfield. The envelope was sent on July 18, 1894 to Charlie's grandfather in Galesburg and is addressed to Charlie. The letter reads that Sam has reached Galesburg and is having whale of a time there. He also invites Charlie and Louisa to Galesburg. Having received Sam's letter, Charlie goes to the stamp and coin store. He is apprised of Sam's exchanging $800 for the old currency bills to establish his business of hay feed and grain in Galesburg. We will further analyze Sam's letter for better insight. The letter to Charlie read, Charlie, I got to wishing that you were right. Then I got to believing you were right. And Charlie, it's true. I found the third level. I have been here 2 weeks and right now, down the street at the Dailies, someone is playing a piano and they are all out on the front porch singing, Seeing Nellie Home. And I am invited over for lemonade. Come on back, Charlie and Louisa. Keep looking till you find the third level. It's worth it, believe me. From the analysis, we can infer that this letter is just another instance of Charlie's waking dream wish fulfillment. It was his hallucination or dreams of escapism. Few things that should be noted here are, generally the first day cover has only a blank paper in the envelope, but the paper here inside was not blank. It was written and signed by Sam to Charlie. Sam believed that Charlie was right about the third level. He wrote that he himself had found the level and he had been there for 2 weeks. He asked Charlie and Louisa to keep looking for this level. It is strange that how such a letter was never noticed before. It is even more intriguing that how Sam Weiner, Charlie's friend, disappears and nobody knew where. So we can clearly see the instances of intersection of time here. Sam writes for present, it goes to pass to grandpa. It is further received by Charlie in the present, who opens it wishfully. So that proves that Charlie experienced what he wanted to. And even his assertion of Sam buying old style currency is just another extension of his waking dream wish fulfillment. The letter is reflecting the message that the third level is nothing but a product of Charlie's own mind. It is undoubtedly a medium of escape for him. Life in the modern world is full of diffidence, trepidation, conflict, worries, and trauma. Man has to face up to them at all times. The harsh realities of life make living quite obnoxious and even insufferable. So, people want to escape into their wishful world. Even the calmest, educated, rich, powerful, and apparently sane people carry certain level of escapism, and when opportunity knocks, this dormant escapist tendency can surface quite aggressively to pursue that escapist goal. If we believe Sam's reaching Galesburg 1894, I repeat, if we believe Sam's reaching Galesburg 1894, it can be attributed to Sam's undeterred urges to keep looking for the third level. Now, you can evaluate yourself through these questions. What does the third level refer to? Explain Charlie's strange experience at the Grand Central Station. Would Charlie ever go back to the ticket counter on the third level to buy tickets to Galesburg for himself and his wife Louisa? What do you infer from Sam's letter to Charlie? I hope you would be able to answer all these questions. So that's all in this video. Until the next video, keep practicing, keep learning. Thank you.